Welcome back to the Way Out West YouTube channel. You've been seeing a bit of me of late. It's because we've got heaps of gigs happening in October. And this Sunday we've got another mighty fine one coming up when we have Mojo Corner in the house. I seen Mojo Corner at the recent Iuka Blues Festival, and pretty much they were the highlight of the festival for me. They're touring on the back of a brand new album called Help Me Out. And today I get to talk to Johnny Hawken, who is the guitarist and singer from the band. So sit back and enjoy the interview, and please don't forget to hit the like and subscribe button. It helps me to bring you these videos. So let's see you on Sunday. Rock on. Thanks, Johnny. Thanks for joining us on the Way Out West YouTube channel. Can you tell us a little bit about the band, Mojo Corner? Where are you based, and how long's the band been together?
So we've been together for 13 years. There's been a few iterations of the band throughout, but we're based around the Geelong area and surrounds, and we've always stuck to our blues and roots core. But we've just slowly blended out into other genres. With a few extra band members over the last couple of years. So it's ever evolving, I always say.
Cool. And what's the scene like down there? I know you've got that fantastic club, Pistol Pete's. I've been down there a couple of times. Is there many venues that you can play at?
Not really. Like there was the Workers Club, which is a great venue, which is unfortunately closed. We tend to V-line back to Pistol Pete's. We probably play there once or twice a year. Always sells out, which is really, really good just to have our nice little tight-knit blues community here. And then the Barn Club's sort of the other sort of main venue that we play at. That's kind of about it. There's probably more of a thriving cover band scene around here, but there are a couple of passionate people that in the community trying to always get things going for sure. So hopefully we'll have a few more extra venues as time goes on too.
I got to say, the food down at Pistol Pete's is mighty fine.
Oh, we always, even if we're playing a gig somewhere else, we like to stop by, say good day to Pete, and get stuck into his food. It's insane.
I must apologise to Mojo Corner. I've been told so many of my punters kept coming up over the years and saying, "You got to get Mojo Corner. You got to get Mojo Corner." And I said, "Oh yeah," because we get so many inquiries. And then I seen you guys play in Iuka, just gone, the Iuka Blues Festival, man, and it was the highlight of the festival for me. It was sensational. So I thought, yeah, I should have listened all those years ago.
Oh no, it's good. I did hear that you do like to come and actually see the band before you book them. But yeah, we obviously had our full 7. We've just released our album. We'd done a few gigs in the lead up to that, and I don't know, we felt like we were in a really good place for Iuka Blues as well. And we hadn't actually played there for a couple of years, and it was unreal. We had the best time,
and the weather was perfect too.
Always perfect. Middle of winter and 20 degrees. You can't complain.
Fantastic. I'll come back to the new album in a second. Tell us about your early life, Johnny. When did you pick up guitar, and was music a big thing in your family life?
For me, yes. My dad played a little bit of guitar, but both my parents listened to a lot of music, and probably like more, 70s rock and roll, and then a bit of blues infused stuff as well, with Stevie Ray and Eric Clapton, and then the Dire Straits and the Who and all that sort of stuff, which is really, really cool. And I picked up actually playing piano when I was super young. I have an uncle who was a pianist, and then I think my brother started playing guitar, and I got a little jealous and ended up picking that up, and he played the drums. So yeah, I played a lot when I was young, and obviously did a few different things over the due course, and it's Mojo Corner is obviously the next evolution of that, so it's good.
Fantastic. And what about some of your early guitar influences? I know you mentioned Stevie Ray and Eric Clapton. Are there some others out there?
Of course, Hendrix is probably a big one. I think as I've gotten older, like you always go back to the greats when you're young, right? Like, and that's what you learn off. Even the BB Kings, all the Kings, and as I think I've got a bit older, you do really just want to not be stale and see some really great new blues and rock and roll players. To kind of try not to stick to one genre, but there's guys like Gary Clark Jr. and Marcus King, and then you got local or Australian guys like Pete Cornelius, which I think he's playing way out west in November. Ray Beadle, and there's the Lloyd Spiegels of the world as well. That I just really like trying to find Australian talent to keep me interested too, and play with them if I can.
Yeah, Pete Cornelius is a favourite. And we've got one of his mates coming down this Sunday. We've got Darren Jack.
Yeah, he's great too.
Yeah, he's a great player. I just seen Marcus King recently. We were in New Orleans for the last time, and yeah, and Gary Clark Jr. They're bringing the blues. Well, Gary mixes it up a bit, I guess, but they're bringing the blues to a younger audience, which is great. Great to see.
Yeah, and I mean Marcus King, he's a bit infused with everything, and he's got a real country element to his music too, and it's amazing how young he is. I think he's in his early 20s at the moment. It's unbelievable. But again, I just like those infused genres, like, with Derek Trucks as well, with the Dishy Truck Band. They're unbelievable. So just love all that interest with new blues, really.
Yeah, no, it's fantastic. So tell us a little bit about each member of the band. I think, what's a 7-piece band?
Yeah, so
can you remember all their names? That's
I sure can. So probably the original guys, Rory Miller, who's the harp player, and he was only solely harp through the majority of the band. And since we've chopped and changed, he's got on the vocals, and him and I share the vocals, which is really, really cool. So Rory's always been a character and a stalwart of the Mojo Corner. And then there's Sean Hilton, who's the bass player. Again, he's I think he's an original member. And again, he's just been sturdy, solid as a rock, stands on stage. Bass players are always tall, just stands tall, bare feet usually. And it's just unbelievable. Kane Sheriff, the drummer, he's relatively new. He's been in the band the last 2 or 3 years. He is in a few bands around Geelong. And again, he's probably one of the best drummers in Geelong. And we were very, very lucky to get him to come into our lineup after we've gone through a couple of drummers before. And then probably the newer ones, we've got Mitch Rice, who plays the keys. And so again, depending on what gig we've got, he'll come in. He's in another band called the Beans that are he'll probably be over me saying it's like surf rock kind of music, like King Gizzard, Lizard Wizard, and the Murlocs and so forth. So he's from the Ballerine, and he's a great keys player and loves playing with us. And then we've got a hold of 2 girls that keep us young. So it's Donna and Millie, and they've just been our backup singers, like if you want to call them that, and just add just another beautiful layer to our music. And they're originally from the Sweethearts, which is like an institution band from Geelong that starts in one of the girls' schools here, and anything from vocals to horns. It's a soul band, so you can pick the instrument in there, and so that basically makes the 7 of us. And yeah, it's super exciting at the moment.
Yeah, no, it works so well, and yeah, with the keys and the 2 girls, it was just such a big full sound. It was fantastic, and Rory's got a good voice too. He's he really adds to it as well.
He does. He's definitely developed it over time. He does have a boisterous voice at the best of times when he's talking, so he can just boom it out. And I mean, his harp playing is second to none. He's definitely world class in his harp playing, and he learnt from the late great Chris Wilson, and has done a lot with him and years ago. So yeah, he definitely comes from good stock for sure.
Yeah, when I was watching him play, I could see a couple of Chris mannerisms. It was really,
Yep.
yeah, it was grouse. Um,
Yeah.
so the brand new album's titled, is it Help Me Out?
Yep.
Um, are they all originals, Johnny, or is it a bit of a mix?
They are all originals. I'm just trying to think. They are. So there's a few older ones in there. Blues Train Rider was Rory's actually first song that he ever wrote. And we've done a live version of it a couple of years ago, recording. And then they recorded when I wasn't in the band many moons ago. But we feel that it's just such a great strong song, and definitely one of Mojo's favorites, and it deserved to be re-recorded with everybody. And then a whole lot of new songs that we've written there over the last couple of years.
Cool. And where was the album recorded, and what is your songwriting process?
So our songwriting process is really, it's Rory and myself that do the main songwriting duties. So himself or me will have an idea, whether it's he'll get on the guitar and get something going, and then him and I will get together when we've got a few ideas, and we'll cook it up, and we'll get it to a point where we feel it's pretty good, and then we'll show the rest of the band, and then more so the core guys, so Kane and Sean, and then we'll really fuse it together and jam it out. I really do like to also play the songs live over a couple of months as well, because you can really delve deep into moments of songs, I think, once you play it live and you get comfortable with the song. So that's our process. And we did record it at Sing Sing, which unfortunately I think is closed now. And again, it's just an institution, a recording studio in Melbourne, and we've been there a couple of times now, and can say nothing but great things about all the people that come out of there and work there.
Fantastic. I was having a look at the band's bio, and I was taken by two things on that bio. It's always about the music, and the band is always up for a beer. So you're going to fit into Way Out West pretty damn good, mate, because our motto is music is the reason.
Yeah. Oh, no, it's such a good thing. It's kind of funny. It's all about the music, and it's all about playing live for us too. Like, we tend not to practice too much. We feel like over practicing might just take the life out of our songs. And we like to, get a little improv-y, I guess, with our music, which is great. And yes, we've been around traps to have a beer and just have fun with it too, which is great.
Fantastic. What other gigs you've got coming up? I believe you're opening for UMI shortly. Is that true?
Yep. So on the 3rd of November, we're opening for the UMI at the Torquay pub. I'm from Torquay, and got some great contacts there. And Torquay pub's actually doing some amazing things and getting some incredible bands through their doors. Where the day before we play at Way Out West, we're supporting Ash Cronwell. So I'm sure Ash would have played Way Out West many moons ago. So Ash is kind enough to put us on the bill. So we're playing at the Queenscliff Town Hall there, which would be super cool. Rory and I are just going to do like a bit more of a stripped back acoustic version of that with him. And then we've got a couple more gigs after that. So we're going to do there's a Archer's Wine Bar in Torquay, and again, just a bit more intimate, like Pistol Pete's, kind of blow the roof off there, but it's great fun. And then in December, we've got the Ocean Grove Chicken Shop, which is another bit of an institution around here that has a lot of great bands. So we've got a bit of a fullish couple of months coming up to Christmas.
It's funny. Ash Cronwell did play at our club, and he was only a very young man, and he opened for Jeff Lang.
Yep.
And I'll tell a funny, or if I can tell a funny story. My daughters are 30 and 25 now. So it was 20. Kate would have been about 7 or 8. And one Christmas we went into Basement Records, where I always buy all my Christmas presents. And the guy behind the counter asked Kate, who's about 7 or 8, "Oh, who's your favourite artist?" thinking she'll say the Spice Girls or something. And she said, "Ash Grunwald." And he goes, "Oh, you're switched on." So it was hilarious.
Perfect. You got to start them young, that's for sure.
Yeah. Yeah, I haven't got. And so you come. I'll just say that we're seeing you guys on Sunday, October the 15th from 2 p.m. Now I'm hoping that Geelong put on an extra train to bring all your punters up, because the station's Newport Station. I think Geelong train still stops there, so it'll be pretty cool to see a couple of hundred people getting off the train.
That'd be great, wouldn't it?
Don't forget, bring plenty of merchandise down too, plenty of the new album, because we do have our punters like to buy a lot of records, so bring lots of merch.
Well, we just did a restock of our t-shirts, and yeah, I'm hoping we've got enough CDs there. So yeah, we're roaring and ready to go with our merch for sure.
Cool, mate. So that's about all I've got. I really do appreciate you taking the time on a Saturday morning to have a chat.